Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're going to be unboxing what some would say is the future. This is the collaboration bike between Honda and Greenger Motors. They sent me one of the new CRF E2 bikes, and this video is going to be the beginning of a series of us testing out this new bike and seeing what it's all about. But first we've got to get it out of this box, get it assembled, see what it's all about, and yeah, go from there. And since this is electric, I figured it'd only be fitting to crack it open with an electric chainsaw. Hey, there she is.
2,000 years later.
Now we're ready. All right, now I think she's ready to be uncrated. Yeah. Well, shoot. There we go. In all her glory. And for the most part, it's a lot more assembled than what I thought it would be. I mean, all we've got to do is, it looks like, throw the handlebars on and the throttle, all that good stuff, and we'll be ready to go. Well, let's go ahead and crack open the instructions. As I'm new to these electric bikes, the only electric stuff I've ever messed with are these RC cars, and that's pretty much it. So just want to make sure we do everything right, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start with this one first, which I think is the battery. Oh yeah, this little guy is smaller than what I expected.
That's what she said.
But then again, the bike is small, so the battery has to be small to fit into it. And yeah, check this little guy out. If my memory's correct, the battery is made by LG, but we'll dive more into that whenever we get into all the details. So we got the battery open. Now, I'm assuming one of these has to be a charger. Alright, we got the front number plate, a certificate of Greenger approval sticker. Oh, we got the keys and something else. We'll crack into that. And we got the warranty information. Oh, uncrating instructions. Yeah, that would have been nice to have about 20 minutes ago. Oh, we got the manual. It's a nice little manual. And we got handlebar clamps and a crossbar pad, foot pegs, and a toolkit. Bet you anything before we open this, it feels like it has more tools in it than what Honda's toolkits come with these days. And yep, we got a 12, 14, 13, 15, 10, 8, and yeah, got a few things in there. More than what Honda's sending nowadays, so good job, Greenger. All right, so we got that box. Last box, you know, by reasoning of deduction, would assume it's going to be the charger. Yep. SPC 290 watt smart charger. Wonder if we can roll up to a Tesla supercharger, plug this thing in. Oh, it's a bad joke. All right, so we got everything unboxed. Now it's time to finish the assembly with putting the handlebars on, the controller, the foot pegs, all that fun stuff, and go from there. All right, now our next step is getting the handlebars installed. So we've got to get this piece of wood off here so we can get started on the handlebar clamps. All right, now it's time to mount the handlebars. So we've got the upper and lower clamps there. Now, top clamps. Alright, so we've got the handlebars on, and now our next step is the throttle cable. We've got to feed it through this little bracket here, and then loop this around here so that way when you let go of the throttle, it snaps back. And looks like we got that on there. See if the throttle snaps back. Wham, wham, wham. Yep, snaps back. Alright, so now we're moving over to installing the rear brake and master cylinder. Pretty easy. You've got these two 8mm bolts we're going to pull out, clamp it down, and that should be it. Spin the wheel, hit the brake. Oh yeah, brakes work. Now that that's done, let's move over to installing the little screen here that controls our modes and all that fun stuff. And it should be pretty straightforward. And this one's super easy. We've just got this one little screw here. Alright, so we've got the speed controller knocked out. Now it's time to move over to the pegs. And then I think we're almost done. I was just kidding on doing the pegs next. Now we're going to do the crossbar pad, front number plate, and then we'll move over to the pegs. But for the crossbar pad, super easy. All you've got, these two little spots up here. We'll remove the bolts. And crossbar pad done. And now we've got the front number plate to install, which should be super easy. I think we've just got one bolt that goes there, and that's it. All right, front number plate done. Now let's move over to the foot pegs, and these are pretty self-explanatory. They only go in one way. If you try to put the wrong one in, you can tell right off the bat something doesn't look right. And they'll have a little spring with them too, so that way they fold up. There we go. That's in there now. Now we've got our washer. Goes there on the bottom. And then we've got our cotter pin. Alright, well we got everything mounted up and installed like they say to, and it's looking like a motorcycle. Now let's pop the seat off and see what all we need to do when it comes to putting a battery in this thing. It's not charged up yet, but ooh, actually, there's already a battery in there. I thought we only had the one battery they sent in a box, but that's awesome. We've got two batteries now, so we've got one in there. And now, where do the keys go? We've got the keys right here, so now we'll turn it on and see if it's got any juice. Oh, it does. All right, let me put this camera down and then we'll play around with it and see if it's got any power. All right, as you can see by our little screen here, we've got some power. Now we're gonna twist the throttle and see if we've got any power. Well, we'll peel that off a little bit. I think you guys can see that from here. So that's on. Now we'll just twist the throttle. Let's push this button. Oh, there you go. She's got power. Heck yeah. All right, well, she is assembled and we know she's got power and works now, which is always a good thing. But now we're going to throw the batteries on the charger, make sure they're fully juiced up, so that way I can give you guys a proper review on what I think about this from both the kids' perspective once we have some kids hop on it and give it a rip, and also just from an adult as far as having a pit bike that's electric, which opens up some more possibilities for ripping around with your friends when you can be quiet. But so far I'm pleasantly surprised with the overall quality and the fit and finish of all the little pieces on this bike. But we're gonna dive more into that, more into battery life, charging times, just all the details that you guys would want to know when it comes to checking out an electric bike compared to, the normal combustion engine motorcycles that are out there. But if there's something you guys want to learn about, know about, all that good stuff, just let me know down in the comments section, because we're going to be running a lot of tests on this bike to see what it's all about. We got to do a burnout test. No!
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, we found a flaw. You cannot hold the front brake and give it throttle. It won't do anything. Let go of the brake, there she goes. From a design aspect for kids though, that is smart, so that way if they are holding the brake, they can't accidentally whiskey throttle themselves into something bad. So to do a burnout, we're gonna have to put it up against something. All right, well, she'll do a burnout. And on that note, guys, this video is done. If you want to see more CRF E2 content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until then, we'll see you in the next one when we dive into a lot more information on this bike now that we've got it built and ready to play around a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.